everything in nature is either growing or decaying. It's like a plant, either just grows or dies. There's no such thing in a plant where it says, I'm going to check out now. I'm at a good space in my life. I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to die. I'm just going to stay here, right? There's nothing in the universe that works with that kind of mindset, right? So we only have two choices. We either slowly decay or we grow.
Just going out into the woods for a week, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just have my friend Sophia, who lives in Aspen, drop me at this Woody Creek trailhead in Jericho, which is it's far away and there's nothing remarkable about it. So no one hikes it. It's like a 50-mile network, and there's just some really beautiful shit a few days in that no one gets to. And once you're one day in, you literally see no one.
2 years ago, I went into the woods. My goal was to not see anyone for a week. There's something about social starvation that your brain does something that's very therapeutic, and it changes, and it's just really interesting. There's just so much time to contemplate life when there's no other stimulation in a way that you can do no other way. You are successful if you do the best with what you have, period. And then it's okay, what does that mean? Work 100 hours a week, right? Never see your family. In my opinion, it doesn't. I do think I'm trying as hard as I can with this thing. And a big part of my being able to do that is having balance and exercise and family and community and friendship and inspiring experiences in other places, being in nature. You were saying something about in these concepts, they're so simple yet so powerful, right?
They are almost been there since the beginning of time, right? It's almost how they're aligned to how universe or nature operates or human behavior operates. But this is especially important for entrepreneurship. When you're trying to do, not just entrepreneurship, when you're trying to do a lot more than others, right? Or you're trying to expand and attain some massive goals.
So you need these forces working with you. It's the only way you're going to get there.
Right.
You have to understand and harness all of this, right? There's a lot about our approach that Santosh and I just seem to have serendipitously aligned on, without even really communicating about it. I think we just felt it, that I perceive as very unique, especially as you sort of start peeling back the onion, So that's why I want to write that book with him.
Here is a feeling I've always had. I'm not sure how to articulate or this is the right place, but in order to change the world, there are 8 billion worlds for each human, right? And each of us see something different in this world. We think it's the same world, but it's really different from all of our perspectives, right? Mm-hmm. If we change the way we look at the world, we are changing the world, right? And at least for us, right? And we change what the world does to us. So it's really the inner transformation that reflects, because if we think of the world differently, then people in our world start to respond differently, right? So the perception of how we see things is so important.
Yeah.
And this is where the inner transformation helps, right?
Yeah.
Focusing on abundance and solving big problems.
So quarter one was this out-of-body euphoric experience for us, and I was under the impression that it was just going to go on forever. This is February, and the key thing to look at is the growth rate, 10.2%. This is March, 8.1%. This is April, 4.7%. So, look, it's still growing. It just put us in kind of a cash pinch. Like after March, everything just kind of stopped in April, and then we made a bunch of changes, probably half of which we shouldn't have made. We're transitioning to this account-based, like much higher penetration, much slower BDR strategy, effectively choking off that entire channel. And we've completely stopped all of this broad prospecting thing that we were doing before. So that's just naturally going to cause pipeline build to like slow down. We're just chugging along break even, which is very uncomfortable, and I hate running a business like that.
Yeah, you did. Look at that. I'm gonna have to tell Mike that. That's fantastic.
I was initially worried that when the business started to slow down, the team would be like lose energy. Failure is inevitable. You can't be losing energy when you fail. You have to, in fact, gain energy because you learn something and you got closer to success. And the best work they do is when they are in this growth phase, when they're learning, right? That's when they get into the zone. So imagine how much of value can be unlocked of human potential when employers find a way to get their employees to kind of learn, grow, get into this zone, be truly inspired. Is that mindset that we talk about, right? It's the 10x mindset.
It's got bells and a light, so you know where she is when it gets dark. I just left it on the ground over there last time we were here.
It looks like the guys from the beginning of Terminator.
Yeah. Or the other thing it looks like is a Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's great. Now you can just hear her, and now once it gets dark, you'll see her too. Helen was like super dialed with that. I never want to put somebody in a situation that I wouldn't be willing to be in myself. I want to give more than I receive. I want to produce more than I consume. I want to treat others as I want to be treated. I think communication and then living those values gets it back to the right spot. I'm trying to be the best boss that I can be.